To this now, the Western Cape High Court has today heard the EFF's case to force the Powers and Privileges Committee to subpoena National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula to appear before the committee next week. The subpoena relates to a hearing involving 13 EFF MPs who are expected to appear before the committee next week. The 13 were removed during the Presidency's budget vote in June last year and during the oral reply session in August last year. For the latest, let's now cross to SABC News Reporter in Parliament, Bulelani Phillip. Bulelani, thank you so much for your time. Just bring us up to speed in terms of what transpired in court today.
Well, good afternoon to you, Unati, and to the viewers at home. Of course, I am coming to you live just outside the Western Cape High Court, where legal proceedings have actually begun this afternoon. Of course, first up, it was the legal representatives of the economic freedom fighters. Basically, they've brought an urgent application that on the first part, they wanted these disciplinary hearings against the 13 EFF MPs to be interdicted by the court. And if that failed, they are saying that their second prayer is that those proceedings must be suspended pending the determination of Part B of their application, which is that request that they've made to the Powers and Privileges Committee, where they are saying that they should be subpoenaed, the Speaker rather, should be subpoenaed by that committee, or alternatively, she should be a witness that will be giving evidence in that disciplinary hearings of those 13 EFF MPs. Of course, the reasoning for that is that they are saying that she is the person who made the decision to actually evict those EFF MPs, and therefore she's liable to actually give an account, an explanation of the reasons behind that decision. And the legal team of the EFF is saying that the video footage, the Speaker's report, as well as the witnesses that will be called as experts are not sufficient enough to be the only evidence that should be heard within those disciplinary processes. But they are saying that the Speaker herself is the person that actually made the decision for the eviction, and therefore she should be held accountable of how she arrived at that decision. Of course, the interdict application by the EFF is being opposed by the lawyers of the Speaker, and as I speak to you now, it was the responses from the lawyers of Parliament that have been leading evidence now. Unati?
Bulelani, very quickly before I let you go, of course, so we know, of course, this court case that is currently ongoing, but just talk to us about what we can expect then about, when the members appear in front of the committee next week. Just give us a preview of what then can be expected.
Well, the future or the fate of those proceedings, Unati, is going to be determined by the ruling that will be made by this court. The EFF lawyers have actually said that they are asking the court to make that determination before the end of this week, or at the latest on Monday, because we know that the DC hearings will be beginning on Tuesday. So if the court does grant the EFF the interdict or the suspension of those hearings, a ruling in that regard, then it means that those disciplinary hearings cannot go ahead. But of course, if the judge finds in the favor of Parliament as well as the Powers and Privileges Committee, then of course we can expect those proceedings to begin on Tuesday as planned. Unati?
Bulelani, let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much for that update. Bulelani Phillip live there for us from Parliament.